Well, hello everybody, and I'm IVATOPIA, and I would like to get across to you this Kickstarter I'm interested in. Basically, it's called Gods, and it reminds me of a game known as Black and White. To me, this looks like Black and White on steroids. To give you a quick rundown what Black and White was in the past, for all the people who may not have played it, and if you do, you know what I'm talking about. It was a game where you were basically a god who got to control a massive creature, who then got to basically have worshippers and villagers who build and all that stuff. And you do little quests, you fought off other gods, and your creature could theoretically be evil, good, just like you learned from you, and all that stuff. And then they did a little expansion on top of that, where your creature got a little chick in the special islands, that was really cool. And then they did Black and White too. And with this one, instead of sacrificing the baby to be evil, and then healing someone to be good, and you could tip it to be good like the first one, if you had defensive walls and defended yourself, you class as good in Black and White 2, with these new armies you could make, and basically if you attacked you were evil. It was really good, done by Lionhead Studios. This game's nothing to do with Lionhead Studios obviously, because they were then bought by Microsoft. Then they went on, the main guy Peter went on and made 22 Cans, and then unfortunately Goddess, what kind of was a massive letdown, unfortunately. But that's another story. That's not what this video is about. This video is about this Kickstarter called Gods. Okay, as you can see, there's 20 days to go as of recording this. As you can see, my date down here, say 4/09/2019, 20 days from this point. I'm going to probably upload this tomorrow, so when you look, probably 19-ish days left. Okay, they've got 8 grand so far. They want 25. That's the goal. As you see, described it. As you see in my backer, I put 218 into it myself. 79 package. I'll explain that later. Basically, over pledging. That I actually got the idea from. This is, oh, by the way, I have nothing to do with this other than backing it, but I got the idea of over pledging from Lady Death's Kickstarter, and I actually asked them about it, and they come back. That was a brilliant idea, and they've actually started doing it. So, anyway, let's get to what it is. It's by Roosevelt Games. That, as far as I know, this is their first game ever made. They've already got 200,000 for this game, not on the Kickstarter, pre-done, and this is to push them for consoles, I believe. And also, you get it. They said you were going to get it earlier. Cheaper versions of the game, so that's good. Okay, so let's go through it quick. Gods, an RTS-RPG game for PC, Xbox, PS4, and NS on Nintendo Switch with VR support. A god game where you build a world in your image, perform miracles, and command power to defeat other enemy gods and their massive armies. You have a video, so we'll quickly play that so you can watch. Let me make it big. I might just shrink the sound a little bit.
Welcome to Gods.
Here we go.
Gods is a strategy game where you play as the god of your world. In this world, you will find people of all races and cultures with unique gifts and weaknesses. There are ordinary people, children, lumberjacks, miners, fishermen, farmers, warriors, wizards, and worshippers. The people of your village have different needs and aspirations. They can learn to survive on their own, but you control their destiny. You can take care of your people by providing them with more food, wood, and water, or punish them with curses. A world made out of time, space, and matter are not perfect. There are other enemy gods with massive armies and gigantic creatures. Their mission is to eliminate you and make themselves the supreme being. You have the option to raise an army of your own, train massive creatures to do your bidding, and cast deadly curses across the land. Or you could be a generous god and win the hearts of the people with compassion and love. The game features wizards, dwarves, elves, orcs, Egyptians, Vikings, Greeks, and Romans. And the massive creatures include a lion, tiger, wolf, dragon, elephant, and cyclops. Each culture and creature in gods are unique and gives you a strategic advantage. For example, if you want to use brute force or survive longer in battles, then orcs might be a good choice, and a tiger creature would be their ideal general. However, if you want to use supernatural abilities and surprise your enemies by opening portals from one land to another, then an army of wizards guided by lion creature would work better. There's no limit to how you can use your creature, your armies, your worshippers, and other resources to beat the enemy gods. The developers and the designers of Roosevelt Games have already completed the 3D models, animations, various plugins, game scripts, and the UI elements for this game. We are developing the game in Unreal Engine 4 and plan to release it for PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. But with your help, it's possible that we can add support for additional consoles and gaming platforms. By pledging at least $50, you will allow the company to buy required resources, pay for software licensing, and hire more talented Unreal Engine developers and 3D artists to complete the rest of the game. Do you want to play this game on PC and the latest consoles, like PlayStation or Xbox, with VR support? Then pledge at least $50 today.
Okay, so as you can see, what I'm saying is about, theoretically, black and white on steroids. And how you can see, like, where you can be evil, they call them curses, obviously black and white with spells.
A world made out of times.
See, and look, creatures, like this. In black and white 1, you only had villagers. That was it. And I guess technically when you got black and white 2, you got an army, so, and they were more based off Romans. So technically you could go with black and white 2, had 2 types, villagers and, basically, like I said, quite simply, Romans. These have got wizards, elves, you know, orcs. There's a lot more. And as for the creatures, if I remember correctly, this is off memory, black and white 1 started with a tiger that I used, my dad had an ape, and I believe a cow. I don't know why I'm pointing for these for them, because there's don't link to whatever, but the point is, that's free. They've got another free. Then, of course, the expansion gave you a chick, so let's just say the dragon's a chick. And then, of course, when you got to the second one, I know they added a wolf, because I definitely used a wolf in the second one. But my point is, that on default, game starts, it's got more creatures than black and white had. And 2 put together, I believe.
Each culture and, however,
I like how the armies and that, as well, are going to link with the creatures. That's really cool. Okay, so that's the opening video. Okay, so we have the campaign here. As you can see, there's a little, the lion doing a spell attack. Obviously, that's what I've pledged for 79, because what I've seen from the Kickstarter, they're very receptive to learn, because the default Kickstarter, it's not on here now, but the default was literally everything was physical. You could only buy physical stuff. And I remember saying to my wife, that's a huge mistake, because people just wanted the digital version. You need a choice. And then not long, after a few days, they must have got similar comments, so they added it. Then, of course, I contacted them about overpledging, and they added that, and I'll get into that again a bit later. So I don't want this video to be too long, so we'll just go through it quite quick. So About Gods is a real-time strategy role-playing game. You take control over environment and world response to your choices. You play as a god, win over worshippers, command armies, take over villages, force, or rise by creatures, demons, or cyclops to your bidding. Or you can possess a character, creature, human, elf, wizard, and complete the quest. And when it says possess, they've said that you'll be able to go and basically, like it says possess, take over every character and control them somehow. So that's going to be cool. So you can control a villager and stuff. We'll go through key features and we'll skip all this in, like, of course you can read it yourself if you go to the side, what should be at the end of the video, by the way. Actually, I might also put it in the link in the video too, or at least put it on the screen. If I remember, put it up now. If anything, you can see it up here. Look, here it is anyway, if I haven't put it on the screen, but it's up there anyway. Key features, battle against a family of gods, 10 gods, confirmed, so that's cool. The story mode takes you through 3 main lands. Black and white, I believe, was 5 or 6 main lands, but again, a land can be small or as big as anything, can't it? So 3 could be miles bigger than black and white. I don't have a clue if that's the case, but it could be. Because I remember, like, the first land of black and white, it's like a tutorial. The second land, you maybe face 2 gods, by the 5th or 6th land of the game, you're facing like 3 gods at once. So each land features at least 20 unique characters, and each character has 3 quests, that's challenges for you to complete. So you get quests like you did in black and white. Obviously, black and white had some silly quests, some funny ones, and some really serious ones. So hopefully these go similar. You can possess any actor in the game, that's what I was just talking about, etc., creature, villager, soldier, etc., to complete their quest and play the game from a third-person view. So that's unique. Black and white you can only do from top down, and obviously zoom into them. You can zoom in, but you couldn't control them third person. And even your creature, you basically, he copied what you did, and you smacked him if he's doing something wrong, and you stroked him if he's doing something right, and he learnt from you. So if he fireballs your village, for example, or eats somebody, you go and give him a good stroke, good boy, if you want to be evil, or you stupid, and give him a good slapping. But then he would do stuff on his own, basically. Unless you wanted something specific, you would give him, like, there was, like, different leashes. A learning leash where you can have him attached, and he would go in that general area, or you can have, like, aggressive leash where he wants to do his aggressive spells more, or a healing leash where he wants to heal more. I think it wasn't called a healing leash, but you get the idea. I don't know if these are going for this or not. But you can actually third-person directly control stuff, so that's cool. 9 villager types confirmed: halflings, wizards, dwarves, elves, orcs, Egyptians, Vikings, Greeks, and Romans. And like I said, to me, Black and White had villagers, and technically, I guess I was arguably say Romans for the second game. Each come with different advantages. For example, wizards can open portals or imprison a creature, but always can reproduce at a massive rate. So in other words, they're going to get it on a lot. Casting more good miracles will make them stronger over time. So that's similar. But one thing with Black and White, you used to be able to... It was a hit and miss system, where you used to have to, with the mouse, do symbols. I forgot what I actually think, wasn't it? That was water. Like a W was water, I don't know if I remember correctly, to make water and stuff. But you had some of the complicated ones, you'd be doing like this, and then it didn't work. Oh god, it didn't work. No, no. And you start panicking, and your creature's getting walloped and dying from the other creature, and you're trying to get a heal spell out, and you're like, oh, it's not working, it's not working. So they did that type of thing, and of course, you could get stronger and stuff. Casting more good miracles, read that, curse will stop. Oh no, casting more good miracles will make it stronger over time, but the effects of the curse will start to decline. Similar, casting more curses, bad miracles will make the effects 10 times stronger. Because again, if I remember correctly with it, the way you hold it down after you did it, in Black and White, it made the spell stronger, if I'm not mistaken. Again, it's been quite a few years since I played this, Black and White. You know, it was one of my favourite games. And I'll give you a very quick rundown why. I've said it on my channel before, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but basically, my whole IVATOPIA name came from Black and White. I found in it, you could theoretically make your own symbol. It's the first type of really basic modding I ever looked at. Just put your symbol into a file, voila. So I created my eye symbol. The one I used for my channel was red, original one's black. I created that. And then I was like, if these are my people, I'm a god, they believe in me, then I need a name. You know, you have Christians who are, you know, Christianity. You know, I could be like the god, and obviously God is called God. Their god could be called IVATOPIA. And then my IVATOPIA'S, and you're IVATOPIAN if you believe in me. And that's what I went with. And then, of course, that led into me creating Empire of 2, Great Civilization, IVATOPIA. Then that led into Star Wars Galaxies. Oh, my ship, I call it S.IVATOPIA. What led into, basically, me playing wrestling games, IVATOPIA in the back. If you're an IVATOPIAN, you're a fan of me. That led into me actually being called IVATOPIA on my channel, IVATOPIA in games, and etc. And naming planets in it when I'm basically playing something like Galaxy 3. So that's basically came from Black and White. So I used to look at my identity dash stuff comes from Black and White theoretically. So that game means a lot to me. So that's why this looks so cool. Anyway. But good miracles, wood, food, water will become basic to nothing. Lion, tiger, wolf, dragon, elephant, the cyclops. Creature confirmed. PC, Steam. So Steam, cha-ching. Xbox One, I don't know why I did that cha-ching thing. I guess it's because I'm just a little annoyed with the Epic Store stuff of late, but yeah, we won't get into that, it's not part of this video. Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch are confirmed. Support for Oculus Rift, Touch, and all that. Okay, and this is like what fans are saying. I can't seem to get the share button fast enough. Every time I see a video or a link about the project, I think I speak for everyone when I say the game is what Civ Builder fans have been dreaming of for years. Keep up the awesome work. And let's see some more. Okay, this is where they're on about the overpledging. Please see add-on section. Basically, the way it works, give you a quick rundown. Let's say you want to pledge $49, God of Destiny. So it gets your name and credits, access to backers only forum, digital copy, yeah. You pick one of these, obviously. You don't get PC and a PS4, you get one or the other. Discord, backer roll, forum, the God of Destiny, beat your access, and gods. But you really, really want that mouse mat and goodies. Or you want the stickers. You then add $20. Sorry, $15 for mouse mat on top of that price, and then you add this $20 for stickers. And then, depending where you come from, you add a $10 for USA, or rest of the world you add $50. And you basically put that total, so when you basically, you would pick the 49, so I'll click that, and I'll say, you know, back. And then, so it will show up like this, obviously I picked 79, obviously. And then you basically go into that and change the price from 49 to whatever it should be. And in doing so, you then will contact them, Roosevelt Games, and you can click and contact me, basically, and it should bring up the messages. And from the messages, you basically tell them what you're doing, basically. Yada yada, hi, you know, I backed the, what they say, the 49 pledge, God of Destiny, and I put the price as what the price is. And so that is for the Mouse mat and goodies, $15. And that is for the 10 stickers. Could you please confirm this is for my overpledge? Is it the correct money? And then they'll get back to you at some point and saying, yeah, that's correct, or no, you put $20 for this, you get $20 over or whatever, or no, you can't put enough, you need to change to this, etc. They'll basically sort you out. That's the point anyway. But I'll give you a quick rundown of the stuff. We have 79 God of the Sky. It's one of the digital things they added. Gods of Virtue. As you can see on here, I don't want to go through everything because it'll take too long. This is supposed to be a shortest video, and I think I've already gone too long. That's why I'm talking really fast, and I talk fast anyway. But you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to get a lot of information across. But you can see you got physical items you can get, custom playable 3D model. That I think's cool, but I asked them specifically about this. Basically, the way it's going to work is they put the likeness of you in the game, basically. That's the gist of it. But the way it's going to work is you would then play the game. So like I'll be playing it because I've actually put in for this custom model. And then through the option menu, I'll be able to change my main god, because you can pick a villager or a creature, by the way. I want to pick a creature. But I'll be able to pick the creature and go over the top of it with mine. So in my single player game, I can be my creature and use him. Multiplayer games, exact same scenario. This is where I was unsure about. Basically, I'm the only person who has that character. So if Joe Bloggs down the street backs this game or buys this game, he won't see my character. Unless I decide to have a multiplayer game with him and I'm using my character. In other words, my IVATOPIA or whatever the creature will be called won't be in Joe Bloggs' game unless we physically multiplayer and I face him. But they have done a special, a 2,500 version. And the thing what's cool with this one, obviously had up to 10 people max. They got one backed it so far. And for real, if all 10 of you back this, they need 25,000. They would hit the goal if 10 people back. But anyway, Gods of the Mountains. Immortalize your creation in Gods. And the game will live forever. Legal disclaimer, no royalties will be paid out. You will get credit as the author of this custom character, and the end project will become the property of Roosevelt Games. With full rights, the company may use a character for any commercial use or future sequels DLC. Basically, customize 3D model of yourself as a creature or villager. Make your custom character a part of the storyline. And what I've read, they're either going to be in the storyline or added as DLC. So basically, in that case, because here it is, like someone's custom creature, for example. Say him as a villager, him as a creature. His creature, if he backed this, I don't know if he has. It's just a sample one, but if he backed this, he would be part of the storyline. So if you want him to be seen by everybody who buys this game, you need this tier. Otherwise, like I said, it will only be for you. If you want to play single player, you'll be the only person who ever sees this. Like I do plan, as long as they allow it, to when the game's released, don't know 100% when. The estimate is 2020 December, but again, that's estimated, never a promise. But that's the goal. If it's out by then, so more likely January 2021, I'll probably put this on my channel and you see my creature, because I would obviously play as him. Anyway, let's go very quickly and I'll skip through some of these quick. So there's the tiers. You can come on the page, look at them yourself. We went through the key features, went through the fans quick. Some of the rewards with the over pledging. I want to do a final bit of the over pledging in a second for you, just to show you a couple of questions I asked them directly. See some of the stuff, physical items you can get: a mouse mat, a USB, a poster, what's apparently any of the gods you get to pick. They're using the line obviously as the example. Of course, the character, general features. Say they're showing like construction here. Again, you can come to the page and read it or pause the video. Gameplay demos, list below, or some demo gifs. So look, there's Vikings chilling. We got running up a lion wall, tiger building, dancing. That was a huge part I love with Black and White. There used to be this little small add-on where your character would dance. And I remember through the Wimnap player, I played what was it, Smooth Criminal, Michael Jackson, and his face lit up and he sort of dancing doing the moonwalk. It was hilarious, and the spinneroonie. But then I played something else, can't remember what it was, and he was crying his eyes out. Apparently when you play song, depending how he felt, we treat at the time is how he acted. I don't know if they'll go this deep in this, but they have got dancing at least. Weather system, we're going to have an advanced weather system. I remember Black and White had that too. See videos of both gifts from the game. So we'll just have a very quick look. See mines and controllers, so let the mines down here. You can see some of the scenery as they're working on right now. This is probably the most interesting one to pick actually to show you, but oh well. Ah, there you get, oh, you get a bit more zoomed in. Anyway, you can watch these fully later. So if you're building a house, just give you a quick skip to some. So as you see how the house is being built. To a tiger massive org army. Oh, apparently they've added as well recently, they're going to have like interbreeding in a sense, so like if an org mates with a villager, a Viking villager, they've got a chance to be looking like orgish or more like a Viking character. It was quite cool. God's lion creature climbing up a wall. Oh, that's basically the GIF up there. Okay, hopefully I don't get copyright for any music they're using, but they're on YouTube, so I shouldn't. God's advanced weather system, rain, snowfall. Very quickly look at that for you. Obviously the building. Let's skip it down. Creature from adult childhood. Obviously they're casting fireball. The advanced villagers. Obviously they're talking about the soundtracks. There's some music. I ain't going to play any of them just in case. Your armies, dwarf generals, say Roman army, look, orcs, massive orc army, giant creatures. And I'm assuming, because this is the picture used for posters, this is what the posters will be. Could be wrong with that, just assuming. Look, the tiger creature, the wolf creature. Personally, I don't really think that's much like a wolf creature, but that's just me. I prefer black and white wolves. But, still cool. Dragon creature, awesome. That looks quite good, and that looks cool. So you get your followers. Here we go, look, see, ancient Egyptians. Oh, here it is. This is the Egyptian family, but this is them, I believe. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's them if they've basically mated with someone else who's not Egyptian. Or maybe it is them colours. I could be mistaken there. Randomised also depends on other types of people that they make. Ah, there we go. Various physical characteristics are randomised and also depend on the type of people they mate with, as you can see. So this is like the orcs. The dwarves are mated with some orcs. See, orcs are mated with I believe a Viking or whatever. See, we got Vikings there. See, that's cool. Dev schedule. See, they've got what they've already done. Yeah, see, oh, this was already complete. All this stuff, and then this stuff they're working on when they plan to get it finished. Then who made it? It's also the founder. See, all these people made it. Okay, before we end this episode, I just want to quickly go into when they started this Kickstarter. I said everything was physical, and 297 was the cheapest one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it was the cheapest one to get the 3D model. So I went to the messages because I asked a question, and I also noticed they added some new tiers to show only for the first day or two. So I quickly, basically, the gist of this is, will you be adding a new tier so I can get a few? Basically, I don't want everything physical thing. I don't want to pay 297. Or would you consider doing what Lady Death did with overpledging? And this is where I was putting examples how Lady Death has talked about their stuff and Scorched Earth and all that stuff for them. And then I asked, lastly, the digital copies, the one that comes with 2. It says all the future DLCs. Do you get it for both games or just the one? And they basically replied back to me with this. Hi, Ive. Thanks for contacting us. Sorry it took us some time to get back to you. We were working out the tiers to accommodate your request and also to make it easier for others. Your suggestion to offer add-on items by overpledging is great, and we worked out the numbers to make sure they are affordable for you and also covers the manufacturing costs. So here's what we will here's what you will have to pledge. So there's the god. So they say the Gods of the Sky I had to move up to. I originally pledged for the $49 tier. I had to move up to that, or was it $45? It was one of the early ones. Plus $15 for poster, $15 for mouse mat, $10 shipping, so overpledge will come to $219. As for the other question, you will be able to download the DLC for both gaming devices, and it will include any future DLC. So when Gods 2 comes out and there's a DLC, you will get that too for that game. You are our early backer, so we want to offer you the most benefits. Let us know if you have any questions. Wait a minute, I didn't notice that, did that? When I read that, I didn't notice that. So when Gods 2 comes out, are they saying there's going to be when they make a second game it comes out? Or am I just reading that wrong? Anyway, the gist of it is any DLC for that pack, we have 2 games you get all the DLC for. That was my point. That one's intrigued me. Okay, I'll come back to that. Anyway, back to this, and he goes, by the way, we also updated the Kickstarter page to highlight the add-on items and their associated costs. Feel free to check the prices for the rest of the add-ons, such as player custom 3D model, free 32GB USB drive, stickers. So, and I want the custom model, so I looked at that, and I think it was $99, I'm not mistaken. So I quickly asked them, sort out, please, no problem, hi, plus no problem about late reply, and awesome about the new tiers, yeah, smiley face. Okay, I've upped my pledge and just explained what I've done, yeah. And then basically asking them to confirm, is this going to be fine, and get back to me if it's not, and all that stuff. P.S. I would like to ask a quick few questions, etc. 1. I would like to confirm the $99 to gain access to custom playable 3D module is the same as a custom 3D module of yourself as a creature or a villager. Because in basically the $200 one, that's what it's called. I want to make sure it's the same thing. I was again a lesser thing. 2. If the above is yes, then do we get to pick a creature or villager, or do you pick? Remember, I explained this earlier in the episode, but I'll show you the exact reply before we end this. 3. What will it entail being a creature or a villager, for example? Will we be able to play as them, or will they be a non-player character? Characters we fight against, in brackets, enemy guards or something, etc. Plus, will they be in the game for everyone to see, or will it be like a special custom skin unit just for the backers game only? I assume they'll be for everyone's game. That's what I asked. Anyway, thank you for this. Once more, good luck, etc. And okay, they replied back to me. Hi Ivan, thank you so much for your support. Gods is slowly gaining momentum in the media, and we hope it will surpass our funding goal. We ran through the numbers, and 218 is correct, so that's basically my pledge. So yeah, you don't have to do that much. 1, yes, that's the same. So that was for my question 1. So basically, I would like to confirm the 99, so they're exactly the same thing. So for the 200 tier, like I said, it's the same as the 99 add-on. So that's good. No, you get to pick which role your 3D model should be. So in other words, instead of having a creature or villager and name pick it, I get to pick. So I'm probably going to ask them for a creature. And yes, the custom characters are playable. So great, I get to play my custom character. So if you choose your 3D model to be a creature, you can switch it out from the game settings. In a multiplayer game, the players can see your custom creature but won't be able to download them. Same goes for the villagers in the multiplayer game. Currently, we don't have any plans to offer custom 3D modules as a downloadable character for the general public, but it might change depending on how much requests we get, or if we ever add support for creating your creature in the game. Let us know if you have any questions, and thanks again for your that word, I can't read it. I can see it in my head. If you can, please kindly share God's Kickstarter page and friends, family and others. Thanks. This is what this video's about. So basically, he said there was no plans, but then a couple of days later, they obviously, as already shown you, added the 2,500 tier, where it basically is literally that. So, I think this video's gone way too long, and I think I talked way too fast, but the general point is, check out the Kickstarter for Gods, and if you're interested in this type of game, and back them, because at the end of the day, they've got to hit 25,000, or else none of these cheaper tiers anyone will get. They don't get a penny. They hit 25,000. They've already had 200,000 stated from their, like the publisher or whatever, investments, etc. And this will push them over and let them hire new people, finish the game off, and get it out quicker, and give us a cheaper version. And of course, originally they said play was a stretch goal, but now they've put it included now, so that's cool. Oh, before we end very quickly. Will backers get Steam key? Yes, you will get Steam key when the game comes out. How can you make the game with just 25,000? Roosevelt Games already invested over. There it is. I knew it was in there somewhere. Over 200,000 to cover employee salaries, freelance costs, game assets, software, and minimum hardware needed to start this project. By raising 25,000 or more in Kickstarter, we can offer the game to you at a cheaper rate with additional bonuses. Your investment will allow us to pay for additional hardware, console testing, marketplace fees, additional 3D assets, and more. If we do surpass the 25,000 goal, the rest of it will go towards hiring more people to help us speed up the delivery of this awesome game. And they've already gave us 4 updates, 30%, 32% funded, yay! Even more villages, Variation Guard soundtrack, 50% funded, 70 backers, Raw, more than 80% funded, less than 24 hours. And of course we have the comments. And then and as you see, they've been quite active replying to people so far. Like most people have got a reply. Like I've private messaged them, and you've seen I've had quite a few replies from them. So it's like the most, as you can see. And basically, as ending this campaign, not this campaign even. Ending this video, they're all at 9,000. I think they started at 8, didn't they? So it altered. Let me refresh. They altered why we were doing this. 123 backers, if I'm not mistaken. So again, please check it out. The link will be in the description below. I also basically the credits will also show it, and obviously go to Kickstarter, back them. Like I said, you can do as little as $25. Naming credit access backers only when you get a copy. Pick either PC, PS4, Xbox, or Nintendo Switch. If you only want to do that, $25. Pick that one, and then you really want the custom. Which one? I've lost him. 3D model. It's an extra 99 on top. Boom. But then if you really want a mouse with goodies, $15 on top. Then throw in where you're from. USA $10. Rest of the world $50. As you see, they've got a little example here of how it works. So USA good lies, yeah, should be 25 plus 15, just do that. So it's quite simple to work out. So anyway, I'll end this video and wish them best of luck out there and hope this succeeds, because like I'm really interested in this game. Like I said, to me, black and white on steroids, baby. So I really want this to do well, so fingers crossed it will, and maybe you can back it yourself. If not, at least, if you don't want to back it, you want to spend the money on it, at least share this. At least share it. Tell people you know would be interested and share it. Look, they got a share button. They have a tweet button even. Tweet. Ching. Tweet button. I can remember. A mail button. And of course you embed the thing in a website somewhere. Anyway, and it's basically runs out April the 30th, 2019, 12:43 EDT time is when you have to back before then. Of course, when they finally get it out, assuming they finish it, what I'm hoping it will, they'll get it out, you'll be able to buy it on Steam, more likely be a bigger price. You can get the game for $25 right now. It'll probably come out higher than that. So, once again, please back, and I have nothing to do with this game other than backing it myself, and share it if you can't back. Or at least tell somebody about it who you know will be interested, maybe they can back. And take care out there, and good luck to the gods of the people, Roosevelt Games, and might as well just throw it in there. Watch more stuff on my channel, you know, cheap plug by me. Anyway, like and subscribe, see you next week. On anything on my channel, that is. Bye.